Beliefs are what make up our world. We see everything through our perceptions. We create our reality with our personal opinions. One simple example of this is that we believe the sky to be blue. In truth, the sky is only blue because we were taught that the sky is blue. If you had no concept of what blue is, you would look at the sky and see only light reflection. Everything in the world is our judgment of it, or what we have called it to be. This is where we become Adam in the Garden of Eden, where he named all the creatures. These names are only human concepts and labels that we put on things to make sense of them and to define them. The moment we define something with a label, we have separated it from ourselves. We become two different things instead of one. When we lose the concept or the label of something, we become one with that thing again. Have you ever had a really emotional conversation with a friend and in that moment you are experiencing their reality? That is a loss of labels and perception. The moment you go into their experience and the emotions arise in you, you have become one with them. There is no separation. There is only oneness. Let's play with this concept a little more and imagine for a moment that you are a chair. What does that feel like? Are you sturdy? Are you heavy? These simple concepts allow us to embody whatever in the world we choose to be. That is oneness and the end of all duality. Everything is joined by our embodiment of that thing, and we become everything. We are the sky, not just the one who is perceiving it. In the same way, we can create whatever reality we choose to live in. The raised consciousness of reality has convinced us that we are one thing and not another. But these two are all just concepts. We buy into these ideas because the ego mind needs a way to feel safe. An identification of things gives this mind something to hold onto. These training wheels that the mind holds onto are just empty illusions that limit the true potential and power of every human soul. The soul or the spirit of man is limitless and eternal. This is what we have labeled God. This concept of God being outside of us has separated us from that presence within that is who we are. The ideas that we have about God are true about our eternal soul. God is love. Jesus is the Savior. Jesus heals. God is the protector. God is peace. God is eternal. God is powerful. We also give thanks to something that we have conceived as outside of ourselves for what seems to be a gift or a miracle. We say thanks to God for giving us food, or thanks to God for healing our pain. This thanks is being spoken back to the self. We speak to the spirit within us. The moment we feel the thankfulness of our emotions, we have married the spirit to the ego self, and we have become one within. We are the bride and the bridegroom, the light and the dark, the past, present, and future. We come home to ourselves and marry the concept of I to the spirit. This marriage is the end of loneliness and the healing of all pain. This is the end of war on the earth and the eternal love that is our intrinsic and eternal nature. To know this love is to feel the concept of what we call relief, safety, and peace. Love is who we are at all times. It is our baseline. When we fall out of resonance with love, we experience negative emotions. This signals to us that we have left ourselves in search of another lover. Believing anything other than the truth of love is the beginning of war, loneliness, and pain. We long for fulfillment when we leave the nature of who we are for a belief that has more enticing promises. These concepts are lies that keep us separate from discovering that everything is us. We might think that the concepts of having someone else's life will buy us freedom and acceptance. This concept keeps us looped in an endless song of destruction and drains every resource we have. True freedom comes when you marry yourself back to the eternal one within. The love of all lifetimes and the true connection that we all seek is closer than your breath. You are everything and everyone, and that is the end of loneliness. You can also be whatever and whoever you want. The limitations that we see are only illusions, and within the power of the imagination, all things are possible, because with God, all things are possible. Beliefs only keep us trapped like prisoners. When we choose to believe what we see and feel, we lose our power of limitlessness. When we imagine like little children, we easily create any possibility. If we believe that this physical reality is the only one, then we have divorced all other realities and left our faithful lover. We have separated the ego from the spirit in search of greener pastures. There is no limitation when there is holy communion between ego mind and spirit. They hold hands and work as one force to create a life that abounds with love and freedom. When we believe the concepts that have been passed down through the generations, we live out the curse that chains us all to limitation. Your escape route is to observe your beliefs and concepts. Are they peaceful? When you expose the lie, they evaporate like the clouds. The ego is found with its hand in the cookie jar and must surrender. I invite you to take the path of freedom and to dance in the light of consciousness, where lies are burned up in the sun, and we once again find peace and security in the truth of eternity and love.